Hello everyone, classmates and sir. Today, my group and I are going to talk to you about an important topic nowadays, which is plagiarism. So, what is plagiarism? Plagiarism basically is taking someone else's ideas or work and using it in your own work without doing any type of modifications and presenting it as if the work is completely yours. So, how can we avoid plagiarism? Well, there are some very important aspects that needs to be taken into consideration when you are using someone else's ideas in the work you're doing. So, there are a lot of aspects that we're going to be talking through the video that can help us. The first one is how to rewrite a passage the right way. In other words, how to paraphrase correctly. It is very important that you can distinguish what is an acceptable and a unacceptable paraphrasing. When you have done this, you can start by reading very carefully the original work and understanding it so that you can move on and you can take properly notes that will help you write your work in your own words. After you finish this, it is very important that you go back and compare it with the original work you have read before to see if it is different and has a completely different structure. When you finished, you have to give credit to the original author of the source you read at the beginning. So it is important that you cite properly. Now, my partner Donald is gonna continue.
The second aspect is self-plagiarism. Self-plagiarism is the use of one's previous work in another context without citing that it was used previously. The idea is that the writer should let the reader to know this was not the first use of the material. Republished text is gladly an example of self-plagiarism. The writer must cite his or herself when using previously written work. Another aspect is the use of quotation marks. When you cite someone, you just do not drop quotations into your paper and leave it to the reader. It is important to indicate the quotation is coming with the phrase according to. Then you introduce the information that is quoted between the quotation marks. The next aspect is common knowledge. Common knowledge refers to the information that the average educated reader will accept as reliable without having to look it up. This includes information that most people know, information shared by cultural or national growth. It is not necessary to cite common knowledge because it is something that everybody knows and it's not someone's own idea. Now, my partner Donna will continue talking about some more aspects of plagiarism. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Donald, and I'm going to talk about the final aspect. The final aspect of plagiarism we should take into consideration is the in-text citations. We have to know what an in-text citation is. An in-text citation is a reference made by us within the body of a text of any academic paper. The in-text citation alerts the reader to a source that has informed that is your own writing. The in-text citation should be presented in parentheses directly after the text you have quoted or paraphrased, so it's easy for the readers to identify where you have quoted. In some cases, in-text citations are presented as a superscript number, with the corresponding number listed in the bibliography at the end of the paper. It is recommended to use the APA format. The APA format follows the author date method. So this means that the author's last name and the year of publication for the source should appear in the text, and a complete reference should appear in the reference list at the end. So, to conclude, there are some practices we must use to avoid plagiarism, such as quotations, paraphrasing, and in-text citations. Plagiarism is something we would do easily if we don't know the most common rules. It is needed the use of citations in every case, and try to keep the main idea when we are paraphrasing. It's very important to remember all these rules because plagiarism in most of the countries is considered a crime. Thank you very much.